Yes, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again with a big Ben White update. And we are going to, basically on this show, we are going to speak about two players. Ben White, very close. Very close. I'm going to say big up to Fabrizio Romano, big up to Duncan Castles, big up to Gianluigi Di Marzio for breaking the story as well, and big up to Chris Whitley, because those are the journalists that we are going to quote on this show, and those are the journalists that actually broke this story. So big up to the lads. They have really got us where we are. Big scenes, massive scenes, guys, massive scenes. Arsenal finally, and I should say it strongly, finally getting closer to signing Ben White. And this is from Fabrizio Romano. I've not seen it from David Onstein. But at least I've seen it from Fabrizio Romano. I've seen it from Gianluigi Di Marzio and Chris Whitley. So we're going to get into it, but we shall also speak about the William Saliba situation in light to Ben White. And I think the big question there, the big thing to talk about in this one is Ben White, £50 million. Is he worth it? Are we being cheated? Are we paying so much because it's English? Because you've always got to pay the English tax. Are we paying so much for Ben White? What is your opinion, guys? Are we paying so much for Ben White? £50 million, or is it the right price? And then, would you prefer Ben White or would you prefer Saliba? Let me know on the poll. The poll is going around in the chat. So you can vote on the poll in the chat. Let me know. Is it William Saliba for you? Is it Ben White for you? Both defenders really highly rated. Ben White, 23 years of age, highly rated defender. William Saliba, 20 years of age, highly rated defender. Both of them could become Arsenal assets in the coming days. If we sign Ben White, obviously Saliba is already an Arsenal player, £27 million. We did sign him way back 3 years ago from Saint Etienne. Is Ben White worth 50 million euro, £50 million? Smash a like on the video. Subscribe the channel. Slowly by slowly, we are going to speak about Ben White, and let's get into it at the moment. So I'll begin off with some of the quotes that I have, and this is from Gianluigi Di Marzio. This is what he said. Arsenal are one step away from concluding negotiations with Brighton for defender Ben White in a 50 million operation. I say it again. Arsenal are one step away, in quotes, one step away from concluding negotiations with Brighton defender Ben White in a 50 million operation, as per Gianluigi Di Marzio. Moving up, moving forward, this is Chris Whitley. I hope you can see it very well on your screens. This is Chris Whitley. It says, and he was on his Instagram, and he said, Arsenal are closing in on the signing of Ben White. Final fee is expected to be around 50 million. Mark, he is coming home. Get in. He's coming home. Chris Whitley. And finally, the reliable Fabrizio Romano. Look, it depends on who you trust, and that's why I brought all the journalists. I like Di Marzio. I think Fabrizio is more of a credible journalist than anyone in the world. I like Chris Whitley. He's always gonna give me the Arsenal updates, and I really do love about that. I think he's that Arsenal journalist that always keeps you posted with what is coming out from your club. So according to Fabrizio, this is what he said. Arsenal are confident, and of course this is the Fabrizio way of tweeting. Don't get me wrong, the other journalists are not wrong. They're just a step ahead. Fabrizio, this is his way of tweeting. He never says done deal. He never says here we go before a deal is very done and dusted. So he says, Arsenal are confident in completing an agreement with Brighton for Ben White. The player has agreed personal terms. As simple as that. Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal are confident in completing an agreement with Brighton for Ben White. The player has agreed personal terms. Right, lads. There we go. You can join the discussion in the comment section. Let me know, is it Ben White? Is it William Saliba? And is Ben White really worth 50 million pounds. Because with Gianluca Di Marzio, he says the operation is 50 million pounds. The operation is 50 million pounds. Is it worth it? Should we have gone for probably a Sergio Ramos? Should we have gone for probably a Tyrone Mings? Should we have gone for an Edmond Tapsoba? Should we have paid the 60, 70 million euros they were asking for? Should we have gone for someone like Jules Koundé? Should we have gone for someone like Paul Torres? Or you think Ben White, who has played 36 games for Brighton last season, is the man that Arsenal should actually be considering to sign? Smash a like on the video. I'm going to speak about this in detail. Right. So if you look at Ben White last season, he played a total of 36 games. 36 games for Brighton. This is marvelous. And that is only in the Premier League. 36 games only in the Premier League. He played one game in the EFL Cup. So in total, he played 37 games for Brighton. And what is interesting about him, is a very, very calm defender, because he actually collected only 4 yellow cards, apparently with a red card. 1 red card and 4 yellow cards for Ben White last season. So I think that speaks volumes about him. I've read a piece about him, and it was a Brighton journalist who was really talking about him, and he said he's a very, very good ball playing centre back. But one of the attributes you like about him is very, very calm on the ball. He's a very, very calm defender, whether in possession or even not in possession. He's a very calm defender, and statistics don't lie, guys. Statistics don't lie. This guy collected 4 yellow cards out of 36 games, for Brighton. And what is even more interesting is he played 36 games out of 38 games for Brighton. That is durable. That is durable, really durable. And I think United have Harry Maguire, who played 38 games. Did he play 37 or 38 games last season? If you look at Arsenal and our defense, Rob Holding, not really. There's a lot of squad. There was a lot of rotation with Rob Holding and Rob Holding and David Louis, Pablo Mari and Gabriel. There was a lot of rotation as well. So I think what you get from Ben White, first and foremost, is the durability. Throughout the season, you could have him for 38 games. Is it because it's English? Well, I don't know. Vote in the poll on the chat. Let me know what you think about Ben White, lads. What do you think about Ben White? Is he the perfect player, or should we have stayed with William Saliba? That is all I need from you. Let me know in the chat what you think about Ben White and what are your honest thoughts about the lad. So, like I said, last season, 36 games for Brighton. That is remarkable. That is really, really remarkable. And the deal is very, very close for Arsenal. So we've got to critically look at Ben White. What are his statistics? What is his sitmap like? What do we get from signing him? Is he better than William Saliba? Is he better than Rob Holding? Is he actually fit to replace David Louis? Because for me, it comes in as a direct replacement of David Louis, and that is the big question. Does he replace David Louis? Does he give us what Louis was giving us in terms of leadership, in terms of a ball playing centre back, in terms of assists, in terms of long balls, in terms of leading that defense and organizing it, and more and more and more. So if you look at some of his statistics on FBref, they've never disappointed me. I want to thank the people, the wonderful, beautiful people on the channel for subscribing and smashing the like button. But I also want to thank the wonderful people at FBref. They've always done it. They've always given me the statistics when I need them. So let us get into it. Last season, 36 games, he didn't score any goal. He didn't make an assist. Look, for a centre back, if you're going to judge him on goals and assists, you're absolutely out of your mind. I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. Hit the like button, people. So let's get to read some of his statistics and see what are his strong areas and what are his weak areas. So let's get into it. FBref. His pass completion stands at 83 actually, 83% per 90. Passes attempted is 49 passes per 90. That is quite huge for a center back. 49 passes per 90, 83% completion per 90. That means that out of the 49 passes, he makes per 90, he's able at least to accomplish around 40 or 38 passes per 90, which I think is really, really good for a ball playing center back, because he's always going to shift from his own half to the half of the opponent. Pressures applied per 90 stands at 11.54. Pressures progressive passes per 90, 3.27. Now, progressive passes are those passes you make from your own half to the opponent's half. Hope you do now. You know now. By that, you know that by now. Progressive carries, when the player gets the ball and then moves with it. I think Harry Maguire does it so often. If you watched Italy yesterday, it was Cellini and Bonucci. It was Cellini doing that. He gets that ball and then he moves with it into that midfield, and then picks a pass. So he does that 3.5 times per 90, right? Clearances per 90, 2.2. I'm not really sure about if I could just compare with players in this category, unless unfortunately, I'm not really able to compare, but I would have liked to compare with players in this category. Clearance, because for me, 2.2 clearances per 90, it seems a little bit low. It seems a little bit low for me, right? Blocks per 90, 1.95 blocks per 90. Tackles per 90 stands at 1.58. Area dwells won, he stands at 1.47. Now, some of the things he doesn't do well is aerial balls, and this is confirmed by all the people I've looked at and heard from that really do understand Brighton as a club, and Ben White as a player. He was voted as the best player among fellow players last season. Obviously, you could debate about that. Bissouma was there. Lewis Dunk was there. They had very, very good statistics. They had very good performances ahead of Ben White. But area balls won 1.47. That is so low. That is very low. Interceptions 1.27. That is low as well. Touches in the penalty area 0.7. Shot creating action 0.7. Dribbles completed 0.6. Progressive passes 0.5. Shots in total 0.2. Number of expected goals and assists per 90 is 0.04. The number of expected goals is 0.02. Number of expected assists 0.02 as well. Non-penalty goals, doesn't have any. And assists, he doesn't have any as well. I think if we go back to his strength and weaknesses, one, I think his strength is passing the ball. So he's a ball playing center back. I think Gabriel is also good at playing the ball. I don't have any issues with Gabriel actually playing the ball. I think he does really, really well as a ball playing center back. But Ben White, pass completion is good. Passes attempted 49 per 90 is good. Pressures applied 11.5 per 90. Well done. Progressive passes 3.2, nice. Progressive carries 3.05. That is nice. And clearances 2.2. I think it's a little bit decent as well. Now the rest of the areas, interceptions, tackles, and area balls won. That is where his problems are actually. That is where his problems lie. Now, if you look at his profile on the transfer market website, I'm just looking for his highest market value. Hope I can get it. Highest market value, because at the moment, according to the transfer market website, at the end of the season, his market value was around 30 million euros. The moment he's called up for by England, by Southgate, it changes. It goes to 50, and that's why I'm posing that question in the comments. Is he worth that money, or are we paying somewhat, more money because the player is playing out in the Euros, because the player is English, because the player is is a potential England centre back who could become very, very big. 23 years of age, for me, that is fine. I don't have a problem with that. His height is 1.89 meters for a centre back. That is fine. That is really, really fine for a centre back. No problems with that. And I would love to see how he did with Leeds the previous season. With Leeds, he played with Leeds in the previous season, before last season. He played 46 games. Wow, this is amazing. 46 games, 1 goal and 2 assists, and 6 yellow cards, no red card. This guy's discipline record is so clean. 46 games, you've got 6 yellow cards. That is clean, like real clean. And I think if you get him, you have 2 things. You have a very confident centre back, and that erases away the phobia we have been getting in playing Rob Holding. But you also have a very clean centre back. Probably he's I don't know when he makes his tackles. We need to see much of him. Probably we need to see, I need to watch some like 10 games for Brighton. I'll go back and watch Arsenal versus Brighton, Manchester City versus Brighton, and I think Liverpool versus Brighton as well, and Chelsea versus Brighton, and see how he does against the big players like the likes of Kevin, the likes of Mahrez. But he's a very clean centre back. 6 yellow cards in 46 games in the Championship. Big up, lad. Big up. That is so clean. That is really, really clean. And I think it also brings out the other aspect we talked about, the durability. 46 games in one season, in one campaign, in one cup. That is just the Championship. Leave alone the the EFL, because he's played 2 games in the EFL Cup as well. So in total, in the 2019-2020 season, he played a total of 48 games. Wow. And the man collected 6 yellow cards. If you compare him to the likes of Rob Holding, he's by far the better defender. By far. Absolutely by far the better defender. But my question, like I put in the the poll, in the comments, is he worth 50 million? Aren't we paying a little bit too much? That is the question. It's a big question. Aren't we paying a little bit too much? First and foremost. And then the other thing is he actually better than what we have in William Saliba? With Rob Holding, even you people who are watching, you're better than Rob Holding. I'm telling you for facts. If you played football and you played as a defender, you're definitely, absolutely better than Rob Holding. But the question is Ben White better than William Saliba? That is the big question. And we are really gonna get into it, especially when it comes to the debate between the two. But let us first ask ourselves: Is he actually better than Rob Holding? Yes. Is he worth 50 million pounds? That's a big question. And I mean, it's one that we've got to speak about at a very, very great length. Ben White, 48 appearances, 2019-2020 season, 2 assists, 1 yellow card. I mean, 1 goal. Yeah, brilliant for a defender. 48 games, you're durable. Last season, 36 games, you're durable. But apart from the durability, I'm asking myself, what exactly are we paying for? To get 50 million pounds out of the bank for Ben White. And it takes me to my earlier argument that we are actually paying 50 million pounds because he's English. Because England have actually called him for the Euros. You're actually paying that extra. It's the same thing with Aaron Ramsdale. When Aaron Ramsdale is called up, is called up by England, his market value certainly goes crazy. Suddenly, explodes and goes crazy. And that's it. And that's what happens with English players. You've always gonna pay extra money. If it was Gabriel Magalhaes, because if Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille, we paid 27 million pounds for Gabriel Magalhaes. We paid 27. Gabriel is Brazil, is Brazilian. We paid 27 million pounds for William Saliba, one of the most rated young defenders in world football at the moment. We paid 27 million pounds. He is French. And then Ben White, who is 23 years of age. Gabriel is 22 years of age, closing to 23. White is actually 50 million. He's English. And if you look at how English players are bought, the likes of Harry Maguire, the likes of Jack Grealish, you can see the prices. The likes of the likes of Madison, you can see the prices. When you're buying an English player, there is a lot more you're buying than the real quality. You're buying the media. You're buying exaggerated stories. You're buying exaggerated statistics. You're buying exaggerated highlights. You're buying, I don't know what what it really means. But apparently, Mikel likes the player, and many reports indicate that he sees him as a future captain. According to Duncan Cassius, he says the player is seen as a future captain. He has the leadership skills that are lacking, in Arsenal. I think, and contrary to the reports I've read, many Brighton fans and many Brighton reporters tell you that White is a very quiet player. And I don't know where Duncan Castles picks the fact that Arteta sees the player as a future captain, as a future leader, because many people close to Brighton tell you that White is actually a very, very quiet player. So will he become Arsenal captain? I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. But at least I'm sure about is we are very, very close to getting him in. Guys, let us smash the like button. 5 more likes to 30. 5 more likes to 30. It really means a lot when that like button becomes blue. So make sure we make it blue. Make sure we do make it blue. Getting those likes, people. Getting those likes. Let's get to 50 likes on this show before we go to watch England at exactly 10. And at the 10, I'll leave you. You go and watch England, the England game. So let us try to compare him to William Saliba and see Saliba, Ben White, who is better? In the chat, there is a voting session going on. Ben White had 66%. Only 41 people have voted. Ben White has 66%, and William Saliba actually has 34%. Thanks everybody for tuning in. HJ90, my bro, thank you so much for being in. Glenn Kitely, thanks so much for being on. I pray that you get better, bro. I pray that you get better. I'm so sorry for that sickness. So, White versus Saliba, in my opinion. Who do you think is the better defender? Let me know in the comment section. Who do you think is the better man? In my opinion, both players have their own strengths and weaknesses. And the decision by Arsenal to go for Ben White is not 100% wrong, and it is not 100% right. Right. So we've signed William Saliba for around 27 million pounds. 3 summers ago now, and we've let him go back on loan in France. Now the problems with Saliba, according to Mikel Arteta, the player actually doesn't have has not yet adapted to London and England and the environment, and he is not ready. In the perspective of Mikel Arteta, William Saliba is not ready. The player thinks otherwise. He says, I'm ready. Give it to me. Give me a chance. I want to prove you that I'm ready. But the manager believes he is not ready. And the manager says, I want to sign in a serious centre-back. I want to sign in someone that I feel is ready. And he goes to sign Ben White from Brighton. The strength of Ben White, we've talked about them. Pass completion. I would rather get William Saliba statistics on FB Ref. Just a moment. If we can compare their statistics, we can actually get the better defender, because for me, statistics don't lie. Really. Statistics don't lie. Last season, Saliba played 20 games for Nice. 20 games for Nice. And he scored a goal. Scored one goal. No assists, and only conceded 2 yellow cards. Right. That was brilliant. So that means, he conceded 1 yellow card per 10 games. That's a very, very successful rate. So let us look at William Saliba on FBref and look. These are statistics that we are comparing. Probably we shall go a little bit deeper than that, and try to, look at how these guys can fare off on the pitch. So pass completion, William Saliba stands at 92%. 92%. Ben White stands at 83%. Passes attempted per 90. Ben White 49 passes per 90. William Saliba stands at 71 passes per 90. Progressive ball carries, William Saliba stands at 5.4 progressive ball carries per 90. Right? Ben White stands at 3.05 progressive carries per 90. Right? Okay. Pressures per 90. Saliba stands at 5.25 per 90, and Ben White, this is where he gets it, because Ben White stands at he applies 11.5 pressures per 90. If you look at interceptions, Ben White, Saliba stands at 1.7, aerial balls 1.7, progressive passes 4.15, and if you come to Ben White, area balls 1.4, area balls 1.4, interceptions 1.2, and then progressive passes 3.27. So in terms of statistics, you would argue that Saliba is the better defender, really. And I know most of you are voting for Ben White because he's a new signing, because it's a £50 million signing. There is literally, if I ask you to call on the show and tell me what you know about Ben White, literally many of you are going to say, you know what, Cossy, I've not seen much about him. I know nothing about him, literally. And you've not looked at the statistics. But statistically, it is Saliba. It is William Saliba. But why I would back Arsenal to take Ben White over William Saliba, it's a couple of reasons, but I think I'll go with 1 or 2 or 3 reasons. One, you have a player who has more caps than William Saliba, and he has achieved those caps in the Premier League and the Championship combined. So he's not new to Premier League football. He's not new to English football. He's never going to adapt. He doesn't. I'm sorry for that. He doesn't need to adapt. So it would be ridiculous to say, you know what, Saliba is actually adapting to Premier League football. He's already adapted. He's played more than 60 games. Actually, more than 70 games in the past 2 seasons. That is an average of 35 games per season. Great. So I think Arsenal going for Ben White, you could have that as an advantage. There is no way he's going to fail to adapt to the league. No way. And the fact that he's played for Brighton 36 games, you have the durability. You've got the durability. So you have a centre back. And for me, for centre back, it's all about pairings. So if you bring in Ben White, the question is, who do you pair him with? So you have, now you have a rock in your defense. You're only looking for a partner. Does he pair well with Pablo Mari? Does he pair well with Gabriel? Because Gabriel has got the aerial prowess that Ben White doesn't have. So I expect a lot of minutes between Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White. So he's played in English. He's played more minutes in the Premier League. He's played more minutes in the Championship. He doesn't need to adapt to the league and the environment. So probably that is a reason, right? That is a reason. For me, the other reason as why I would take Ben White over William Saliba is the age experience, guys. Look, Saliba is 20. Gabriel Magalhaes is 22. Unless you're saying we should play Pablo Mari. But if you're gonna play Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, which I think Gabriel has a very important place for in Mikel Arteta's lineups and heart, I think an average defense of 21 years might not work for me, honestly. But a 23-year-old defender with a 22-year-old defender who's approaching 23, an average age of 23 years, I would stand that. And don't get me wrong, I think Saliba is a good player. I think he's a decent centre back, but probably needs the time. We might need to look at it, in that way. I've seen many people saying, Cossy, he's never gonna play for Arsenal. And at some point in time, I was driven away by that agenda as well. But maybe you need the extra, maybe you need the extra, you need the extra, what am I looking for? You need that extra experience. You need that extra pedigree. You need those extra minutes that Ben White has. Maybe you need them. Because the reason, I mean, at times the minutes don't matter. Rob Holding has played so many games, and he's still absolutely abysmal. As just a piece of you get that. So for me, maybe Ben White, the minutes matter, ahead of William Saliba. And probably, I hope I'm not wrong, because I want the best for Arsenal. And I hope we are making the right decision to pay our £50 million because the player is English, and because he has had a good season, and because he has been called up with with England for the Euros. We pay 50 million. I hope it is worth it. I just hope it's worth it. But what are you people thinking in the chat? I know you have to watch the England game, and I'm very cautious of time. But let's smash like button. Let's smash that like button, guys. Thanks everybody. Let's smash the like button. Of course, keep voting. Saliba stands at 67%. Saliba stands at 67%, and Ben White stands at 67%, and Saliba stands at 34%. Right. So that means you guys are really going all out for Ben White. And I don't get it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think absolutely, we've got to back the new player. There is no way. There's no reason we can give, for start, hating our players. We've got to back, Ben White. He's the man now around. You've got to back him. We've got to support him. We've got to say he's better than Harry Maguire, because that is what football is all about, right? So, what are you people saying in the chat before I leave you to go and watch that game as well? Ronald says Saliba for me. He's going with William Saliba. I prefer Saliba. Let Saliba be given a chance. This is according to Isaac. Big up Isaac in the chat as well. Dadon says, I'm late, bro. How are you doing? Sorry for being late. But you're not so late. You are not so late. I'm doing great. Geoffrey says both of them. Look, for me, it would be very interesting. And when I was speaking about the fact that Arsenal wanted to bring in a fullback, a centre back, I said, why don't we go for someone who has experience? I would do something like a Ramos, or probably. I would do something like maybe a Boateng, right? And I'm not really speaking about their quality, because Ramos is one of the best defenders in the world. I'm talking about someone to whom William Saliba can be an understudy. There is no way you're telling William Saliba they're going to be understudy to a 23-year-old Ben White. It won't make sense for him. Honestly, it won't make sense for him. So probably if it at the moment both can't work. But if it was someone like Sergio Ramos, yeah, you could have William Saliba as an understudy, right? You could have Saliba as an understudy. Ben White is worth 30 million. 30 million. This is according to Geoffrey. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Shara says, for me, get all of them. Get all of them in. That is really greedy, and it shows the right spirit we've got to have. Alan says, hi, Cossy, like the show. Thank you so much. Tony says, thanks for the updates, Cossy. Thank you so much, Tony. Big up, my brother. Geoffrey says, Ben White is the best ball playing centre-back in the Premier League. This is Geoffrey. I mean, I don't know if it's backed by statistics. If we compare, are you sure? If we compared him to Harry Maguire, he would have better statistics? Because that's a question. That's a question. Is there any statistical evidence to back it? Because we've looked at statistics, and Saliba is better than him in terms of statistics. So at times the statistics are, they never lie. Many people say statistics never lie. Geoffrey says, Cossy, good evening. Thanks for updating us with transfer news. Absolutely, gutted that you guys, are taking it down so well. Saliba should be really sent out and let Ben White enter and show a case. This is Seizi. Thank you so much, Seizi. You really speak like someone who's ready to move on. That is really ruthless of you. Seizi says Saliba should be really sent out. Right? I've looked at that. Please, Ghana, sign us White, Bisuma, and our Madison. This is according to Martin. Big up Martin in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Ben White, English experience than Saliba. Yes, I talked about that. Nyeko Richard, he talked about that, and I think you really you're spot on. You're really spot on. But William Saliba has never been given a fair chance in the colours of Arsenal to prove his worth. Thus, comparing the two is honestly so unfair to Saliba. No, not unfair. I'm comparing two potential young defenders that have never played for Arsenal, and many fans, they're actually causing lines of differences between between the fan base. Many saying it is Saliba, many saying it's Ben White. If you look at the poll now, 78 people have voted, and Ben White stands at 68. Saliba stands at 32. So we can compare them. Because they have actually, they've actually never played for Arsenal, both of them. Really. So if you compare Ben White, White has never played for Arsenal. Saliba has never played for Arsenal as well. So we can compare them. Yeah. And if we've got to be ruthless. We've said this. So let the ball roll. Smash the like button, people. We are very close to 40 likes. 80 people watching. Thanks, everybody. Very close to 40 likes. 6 more likes, people. Thanks, everybody, for doing that. 6 more likes. Let us get that in as well. 6 more likes. Let's get that done. As I go through your comments. I like, by the way, I like Ben White. Sorry, did I say by the way? Really, I like Ben White for leadership. I mean, let me tell you, people. This is according to Owexi. Owexi says he likes Ben White for leadership. Guys, like I said, I'm gonna watch more games for Brighton in the last season, and I promise by tomorrow, when I speak about Ben White, I'll be very strongly informed of his leadership skills. But the interviews I've read, that there is nowhere they say that Ben White is vocal. There is nowhere they say, does he lead by example? Probably. But for me, if you're a defender, you've got to be vocal. I mean, if you're a defender and you're a leader, you've got to be vocal. I mean, it's sorry for me. If player who's not vocal, I don't take you as my captain. And many interviews from Brighton are saying the guy doesn't speak a lot. He doesn't speak a lot. But no, don't only read Arsenal blogs, because what Arsenal blogs do is they want to excite you, the Arsenal fan base. Ben White coming to Arsenal, strength, weakness. They will say weaknesses, none. Strength, ball playing centre back, passes completed, dribbling, tackling, interceptions, progressive passes, a good leader. They'll give you that because they know that's what you want to hear. But the truth is, news coming out of Brighton and reports from Brighton say, guy is good, but he's not a leader. And that's it. So let us wait and see. Good thing is coming, all the way to the Emirates Stadium, and we shall give him some good analysis. If he's good enough. Of course, if it's not good enough, we shall give him the stick. Ask the robotics. I'm lying. I think we shall be a little bit compassionate for the first season. Our club should sign White. This is a Martin. You guys are really forgotten about William Saliba, and this is the beauty with Arsenal fans, and this is the beauty with this fan base. There is a way we shift like a tornado. There's a way we are so swift. We are never backing you forever. We are never. Right. Can I know the valuation of Olmo, the talented Spanish attacking midfielder? Thank you so much, Alan. Right now, Olmo hasn't been linked with any clubs. So probably I'll need to get his his valuation at the transfer market. So let me just get that for you. Just a second. Dani Olmo, 23 years of age, Spanish international. What a performance yesterday by the Dani Olmo. Missed the penalty. I don't care. He was one of my best players on the pitch yesterday. Right. So his valuation is what the hell? I just went to who scored. I need transfer market. I went to whoscored.com. Right. So here we go. Danny Olmo, transfer market value 45 million euros at the moment. 45 million euros as per 31st May 2021. And with that performance in the euros, I think his valuation just went up by 10 or 15 million euros. So if you want Danny Olmo at the moment, you could have to pay around 60 million euros. His contract, let's look at his contract and see probably, is it running down? Is it running down? Is it running down? His contract? No, his contract is actually not running down. So he still has almost he still has a very long contract with RB Leipzig. So probably if you're thinking about getting in Dani Olmo, you've got to splash the money. Why not selling Rob Holding and keep Saliba to play alongside Pablo Mari? I would have thought the same thing, Brigand, but Arsenal don't think the same. I go for White. He's superb. Yeah. Thank you so much, Simpson, for the comment right there. How far with Housem Hour? We are putting the bids. We are still waiting for the response. Edward, talks are still ongoing. Why would Ben White go to an ailing club like Arsenal? Why is he playing for Brighton? We finished above Brighton. I mean, Tom, just answer me that. He's playing for Brighton. We played better football. Sorry, we didn't play better football than Brighton, but we finished above them. We have, we are signing in better players than Brighton, and we are signing their players. So I think really the reasons are clear. Joel says, however, Ben White is good and composed with the ball, but Saliba is really is a real talent too, who has not yet been given the real chance to prove his worth, just like Gabriel Magalhaes. Are you saying Gabriel Martinelli? Are you saying Gabriel Martinelli? Wise. So thank you so much, Joel. Brilliant comment. Nice thought. Why would White go backwards? It's Brighton. It's from Brighton to Arsenal backwards. Really? Is it backwards? Guys, it's coming from Brighton to Arsenal backwards. Yes, I know we have had a bad season, bad 5 years. Brighton are not even close to where we are. They're known. It's taking too much stories, of the club. This is Charlie. They'll get the things done. Don't worry. Hi, bro. How you doing, King Solomon? Big up, my bro. Riak. I love your name. I have a friend called Riak. So, H90 says score prediction. I think England 3, Denmark 1. England 3, Denmark 1. We have lots of problems at fullback right now. This is according to Isaac. We've been linked with a young man in the names of, let me just read it again because it's a difficult one. Tahekiro Tomiyasu. It's called Takiro Tomiyasu. Hi, bro. Big up, Glenn, my bro. Big up, Glenn, in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting the live streams. Of course, watching there. He's sick, but we hope it gets better very, very soon. Cossy, I'm going to be unfair. I'm going to be unfair to compare White and Saliba because I'm talking of a guy who has never been given a chance at Arsenal to prove his worth. So unfair, Cossy. I mean, that is unfair. Absolutely unfair from Arsenal. He deserves a chance. He deserves to be playing football, and he deserves, a fair try at Arsenal. Honestly, always watch your live chat. Thank you so much, bro. Nyango Simon says we should loan Holding after buying White. Now, we need to have a backup. We need to have a backup, guys. Come on, we need to have a backup. Yeah, we need to have a backup. 44 likes. Thanks, everybody. You guys have done I've done the job. Give me 6 more likes. Let's get them to 50. Let's 6 more likes, guys. 6 more likes. Let's get them to 50. Thanks, everybody. It really means a lot. I think Ben White is better because he's experienced in the league. Thank you so much, Mookie, my man. Finally, you're on. Says experience in the league. Yeah, and it really matters because players do struggle. To adapt to the Premier League. Its pace and things like that. White is fine. This, according to Moses, says White is okay. Watching from Uganda, big up Alex, as well. Moses says White has been playing for the Premier League than Saliba. It's one season, guys. It's one season. Don't overhype it. It's one season. It's one season. Yeah. Majuma says Saliba is better just to give him a chance. Well done, Cossy. Thank you so much, bro. 100% Ben White. Thank you so much, Buhari. Well done. Juma says, let us give Saliba time and a chance. Hopefully next season. Beck says give both of them a chance. Then we pick the best, right? Of course, with Willie Saliba, although I would have preferred him to go to a championship side or a Premier League side, I think the loan deal to Marseille is great as well. Yeah, I think the loan deal to Marseille is great as well. So I don't have issues with Marseille. So the loan deal is great as well. So we shall be able to watch him more regularly. Onyango Simon says it would create when the loan it would create sense maybe when you loan Rob Holding and leave William Saliba and White. Thank you so much, Simon. Ben White will be a better shot for that position. Thank you so much, BWT Film Production. Cossy brother, I love you, man. But our ass now. Really, thanks for the love. I mean, at times it's hard to love a content creator of a club that is really making your days absolutely mad. But I thank you for the love. Guys, don't be overjoyed and taken away by Ben White deal. Remember that he is English player, and you also know that English players easily fade away. Look, I'm one of those people that have that notion, but probably a discussion for another day. BWT says, what about Madison? Are we going to buy him or not? From Algiside Bar from Celarian. Big up, all the love from Celarian. Guys, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. If you're from UG, just put UG. If from UK, just put UK. If you're, just use an abbreviation of your country. 10 people, and then we leave the stream. We've got England, get down. We've got England, get down. 4 more likes, people. 4 more likes. 80 people, 88 people have voted today. 88 people have voted. We should get to 90 likes. If 90 votes. If you've not yet voted, make sure you do vote. Make sure you do vote as well. Right, means a lot. So please do smash the like button. Let's get them to 50. People are saying we had the 3rd best defense in the league last season, but that came at the cost of our attack. Maybe when Ben White, maybe when Ben White with his pace and passing can make maybe Ben White and his pace and passing can make this team better in attack too. Look, I think you're absolutely spot on, Joshi. You're absolutely spot on. Liverpool, eventually had their defense affect their attack eventually, and I think we were also the same. Thank you so much, Joshi. Nice comment, bro. Cossy brother, I love you, but our ass. No, look, I appreciate the love. Geoffrey says it's 30 million. He's worth 30 million, right? Geoffrey says, hi, bro. May I know the football history of Ben White? The football history of Ben White. Apparently, last season he played for Brighton in the Premier League. Before that season, he had played with he played a full season in the Championship with Leeds United. Leeds tried to sign him, but they actually failed. Before signing for Brighton, because he was on loan from Brighton to Leeds. Before that, he played in the Football League One. He played in the Football League One with Petersborough, where he played 15 games and scored 1 goal. Right? He's played for Brighton under 23, where he's played 5 games. He's actually played a couple of games. He's actually played a couple of games for the Brighton under 23. So he's he just came he came through the ranks of Brighton. He came from Newport. He came from Newport County, then to Brighton under 21, then to Brighton under 23, then to Petersborough in 2018-2019. Played 15 games on loan. Then to Leeds United, where he played 46 games on loan from Brighton. And then last season, where he's played 36 games. Problem with it, really? I think not yet. Right. So, guys, sorry for that. I thought my internet has a problem, but those are the statistics. Those are the statistics for Ben White, and that is his path. Right. That is his path. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Amon Cossy, big up Timo, big up Timo. Love you, my brother. You're always on. Big up Timo. Elisha says White in, Saliba stay, Pablo Mari out. Look, you're making a big mistake. You're actually having two right-footed centre backs, and you're chasing out a left-footed centre back. So directly, it doesn't make sense. Let's get them to 60 likes, guys. Let's get them to 60 likes. Thanks everybody. You guys have done a job, right? And I really do appreciate that. Hi Cossy. Hi Kelly Nwosu. Wow. Long time Kelly. Josh says bringing in an experienced centre back, an inexperienced centre back like Saliba in the team, going through transition with lesser games in the season is difficult. Hence, it may be a good decision to send him out on loan this season. This is according to Joshi. Thank you so much. Brilliant comment. I love your footballing brain, bro. Tedden Vlog says White is better for that position, right? Thank you so much. SN is watching in from TZ. SN is watching in from TZ. Big up all the people from TZ. Majuma from UG. Big up all the people from UG. Alex from UG. Big up all the people from UG. Kelly from Mozambique. Thanks, all the people from Mozambique. Bro, you skipped my super chat. I think we need. I think we need to release both Rob Holding and Cedric. Eddie from UG. Pick up Eddie. I didn't see the super chat. How the hell did I skip that? Did I see it? Really? I didn't really see it, not really. It didn't show, honestly. The super chat didn't show. I didn't see it. No, it didn't show. So I didn't skip because I remember I didn't skip any comments. But I'm so sorry if I did skip your comment. I'm so sorry. I don't like doing that. I like treating people as equals. Come on, guys, 50 likes. Here we go. Big up Geoffrey, Timo from UG. Big up Timo as well. Ben White, this is according to Geoffrey, says it goes with Ben White. Bro, I'm watching from Tororo, like you. Thank you so much, Simo. Thanks for the love. Hi, bro. I love Arsenal. What do you see in combination of Ben White and Gabriel? UG. Big up, all the army from UG. Yeah, look. White has the experience. Gabriel, is good in the air, and I think White is more calm. I don't think Gabriel is a calm centre back, unless I'm wrong, but I don't think Gabriel is a calm centre back. So I think it could make a good partnership. Watching in from Ghana, big up from all the people in Ghana, right? Big up all the people in Ghana. All I say is hello, bro. Ben White is going to beat. To be Arsenal player this season. Yeah, exactly, bro. According to the latest reports, UG. This is Geoffrey. Big up, Geoffrey from UG. By the way, how far with the Madison deal into Arsenal? Really, that when Arsenal are preparing for an offer, right? Arsenal are preparing for an offer, but it's not yet really, out there. How about Madison deal? So Saka from Gambia. Not so close. Madison Dale, not so close. Big up Josie. Woke up. Big up Josie. Woke up at 5:10 a.m. Right. Big up. Taco Tekken slowly. Pickford from Australia. Big up. Really. Thanks for the program. Tell me more. Tell me about Arsenal transfers. This is Joseph. Right. Today, guys, Arsenal transfers. Awesome hour. 20 million euro bid has been submitted. Ben White, according to Gianluigi Di Marzio, one step away from signing for Arsenal, and we have picked interest picked interest in another big right back in the names of Tahekiro Tomiyasu. So that is the Arsenal update. You guys have smashed the like button, and I really do appreciate for that. Thanks for voting. We have ended at 91 votes. Ben White leading all the way. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Let me go watch the England game. Let me take a bath, rest, have something to eat, and I'll speak to you tomorrow in the morning when we speak more Arsenal news and more Arsenal transfer news.
Moving it quickly though, Ian. They're going to pull Palace out of position. Tierney. Saka again, that's good. Tierney. Lovely move so far, and a goal from Pepe, who got there. Cushion volley from him. Arsenal lead. Big goal. Nicola Pepe. This is Willian, and he's got his first goal. For Arsenal, it's been a long wait, beautifully struck.
Nani, surely not. Oh, yes! El Nani, the substitute, with Arsenal's third away goal.
Taking the precaution to label all of the seats. Oh, what a strike!